Hello.
Yo.
Hi.
What up?
Then.
That you that just texted me again?
I don't think so.
Yes.
But what?
It was a Vine video.
Yes, that wasn't me. I don't even,
Gun safety starts with one thing: yourself. Make sure it's on safe mode, and you have a firm grip.
I don't even know what. You know what? Forget it.
Didn't matter.
Where is Matthew?
I don't know.
Oh yeah, I'll be on in a few minutes. Yeah, sure. No, we don't need him. You can just start without him.
I mean, should we?
I mean, he'll eventually come. Just start it.
Alright. I mean,
he just went from not being away. I mean, from being away to not being away.
Alright, that's good. Let's start it then.
I just added him.
You just made the intro stop.
Well, I'll shut up then.
This is the podcast we call a shit show. No filter as our lips go. 3 hosts to get to know. First up, Brian, clinically insane and a bit racy. Matt, well, he's just batshit crazy. Anthony, last but not least, not crazy but don't unleash the beast. He'll debate you until your opinion's released. I wish I could say we're better than the rest, but we're just mediocre at best. This is it. Grab a chair and sit and get ready for the shit.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Shit Show, a mediocre at best podcast where everything is made up and the points don't matter. I'm one of your hosts, Anthony Costanzo. With me, as always, Brian Rooney.
What's up?
And Matthew Lemary.
The hooded Matthew Lemary.
The hooded Matthew Lemary. You look like a Sith Lord. Or like a grandmother who's sick. It's one of the two.
Something dark.
So
Why the hood?
yeah.
I was working from home. I didn't do my hair, so I couldn't get a hat because Brian make fun of me. So hood, because that's better.
Is it a hood or is it a blanket over your head?
No, it's a hood.
Oh, okay.
I don't know
gone
what
either
would be
way.
worse.
It's also kind of cold in my apartment.
How are those couches?
Oh, the couch is it's pretty comfy. I'm still keeping it on the showroom floor at Ashley Furniture. Yeah. Delivery attempt 2 coming Thursday. So
With technician.
see how that goes with the technician to put it together. I called him this week and I'm like, how's the technician? I've never given you measurements, right? How does he know how small these couch pieces need to be to get through my door? And the customer service lady literally goes, "That's a good point. Maybe you should give me but I don't know." I gave her the width and the height of the door.
And she was like, "Oh, the couches will fit."
And
then that killed her.
God.
And Matt's
So
doing
I'm
this
not-
from his prison cell.
I'm not even looking forward to Thursday. I'm just, I know I'm gonna have to get a refund and just go find another couch, and it's just not fun to think about.
Oh man.
How's your couch hunt been?
Good. I actually just ordered couches yesterday, but they're not going to be there for 6 to 8 weeks, so we'll have 2 chairs to sit on until then.
Sounds pretty terrific.
That's what I'm working with. On the topic of moving, I haven't moved often. Right, this is like my 3rd time moving, and I guess the bubble wrap was always available the other times that I moved. So I thought buying 100 feet of bubble wrap would have been enough, and that wasn't the case at all. So I just went out again. I just bought a nice big 200-foot roll. That's what I'm working with now.
What are you bubble wrapping?
I got a lot of glass.
Everything.
Everything. Yeah.
What I did was
Glass,
I just
collectibles, all that.
I packed all those valuables and stuff. I wrapped them in clothes and put them in boxes. So I'm actually
nice.
packing clothes too.
I like
And
that.
nothing broke. It happened to work.
Whenever I traveled, whenever I'd have my laptop or whatever, I'd always pack it inside clothes. It's nature's bubble wrap. That's
It's
it.
not really nature's fault.
No, it's not. I heard it
Those-
after I said it.
The naturally growing socks and underwear. Got
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So I have this here styrofoam Dunkin' Donuts cup that I've been using for coffee since I packed all of my stuff.
So you're just reusing that?
Yeah, I'm actually cleaning a styrofoam cup and reusing it.
I'm pretty sure cleaning it is worse than just reusing it with coffee.
We'll see. If I'm not here next week, we know what happened.
We're not getting into the science of that, but I'm pretty sure that's accurate.
Is it like probably taking the coating off of the styrofoam? That's
Oh yeah,
That's
and then
poisonous
and then
right
when you
underneath
clean
that.
it with soap, the soap seeps into the styrofoam, so you took the coating off.
Right.
So you're pretty much ingesting soap if you are in fact using soap, which
Right.
I doubt you are by the look on your face.
no, I am.
All right.
I'm more concerned now. I guess it's that like micrometer of film that's protecting you from the poison foam underneath.
Well, while on the topic of science, so I work in labs, as you know. So some of these labs are big, just labs, no patients. Other ones have like offices attached to it where there are patients.
Okay.
So I was working in a lab. I go to the bathroom. I go in, and it was like a single like bathroom, not like a big like bathroom. You get what I'm at. So I walk in there. Above the toilet is a nice poster. Now, I'm going to text you guys this picture as I'm describing it. I would normally say, I'll tweet it out so people can see it. I don't want to tweet out this picture because it will probably get reported and taken down. So let me just send this to you guys, and I'll start describing it. So above the toilet, so I'm standing there.
I like how he's giving us a play-by-play of him giving us a play-by-play.
Yeah. So I'm staring at the wall, and I notice there's instructions on how to pee into a cup. So there's instructions on how to pee into a cup
got it.
with pictures. Now,
Oh my god.
there's 3 pictures of each for male and female. Now, if you look at picture 2 for male, it looks like the penis is coming out of his belly button. And he's clearly not peeing into a cup. But then the 3rd picture has a filled cup of pee. I don't get it.
Cleanse
the same
the
thing
end
for
of the penis.
I know it's not relevant to filling up the cup with pee, but I'd like to point out he doesn't have any testicles either.
Right.
And then you look at the female one, and I guess only females have to close the cup because the male, there's no picture of a closed cup, but the
did
female,
it!
she closed it.
Oh my god.
So if you ever needed some full frontal nudity of both male and female in cartoon form, there you go.
If you're not tweeting, you have to tweet that out. Just do that. Put that out.
I
there.
can't tweet that out. Anyone who wants to see it, if you have me on Twitter, send me a private message and I'll send it to you.
Oh my God.
If you know me, just text me and I'll send it to you.
That is just.
Because
Oh
you
my
need
Lord.
to see it. And I can't tweet it out because it's just disturbing. I mean,
Those are very long descriptions on the steps. I
Yeah.
feel like it should be like, pee, close the lid, wipe the outside of the cup.
Does that say cleanse the end of the penis with the first? What does that say? I can't read that word. It's like smudged.
I don't know. But the second thing says void the first portion of urine into the toilet. And I mean,
Evacuate.
well, that's another language underneath there because one language isn't enough.
I know. I started with evacuate and I finished with a, but that's not what the word is. I mean,
No.
that's what it means.
I just find it very odd that
Oh my
there's
god, this is terrible.
I don't know. Well, apparently there's 6 steps for the male, but I only see 3, and that's all that was on this poster was these 3. Even though it looks like some of the sides are cut out, that was it. But there is a 7th step for the female: close the cup. What is a male like? Really, like we don't close cups. I know we don't close doors and put the seats down, but we can close a cup.
Yeah, so that's steps 4, 5, and 6 for the male. It's also 4, 5, 6, and 7 for the female.
Yeah, there's no 1, 2, 3.
Excellent.
I guess 1 is undo your pants, 2 is pull them down, 3 is get ready. I don't know.
Well, judging by the picture, I think step 1 is take all of your clothes off.
Yeah, because they're fully like nude.
They pee like Butters does in South Park.
Yeah.
Pants down, shirt up.
Shirt up, and then someone walks in, like if Cartman walks in, "Hi, Eric!" as you just pee in, like with his ass out.
Hey, Eric.
Oh my god! I just I didn't realize. All right, so when I opened up the image on my computer because I have the iMessage set up with my Mac, and your picture came up, and on the top there were arrows, and I accidentally clicked them, and it just skipped over to Brian feeding wild animals. Because it's all the pictures that you sent us in this chat. So if I keep going, it's you with camels, it's you with a little bird on your hand, you with a chicken, you freaking out about a chicken.
The fuzzy little chicken!
Yeah.
The thing is, I want that as a pet. I really do.
And see, I have the same problem, but I clicked the left arrow and went, and there's just equal absurdity.
What's that
instead
way?
of the right.
Oh, that's me!
I don't have this. I feel left out.
Sorry, everyone. I'm going through all the pictures right now. There's too much going on. Oh, there's a lot of pictures of Brian flexing. Because Brian likes to give us workout updates.
Yeah, you have to.
Your crappy microphone. Excellent.
Hey, that crappy microphone gets the job done, all right?
Yeah, it's doing all right.
And then this picture is on all the fridges where I was at work tonight. Blood only, no food. And then, the best part is you open it up and there's not just blood in there. There's other shit in there. Not food, but it's not just blood. Like, it's just be like, no food.
They're just a bunch of confused vampires in the fridge, not knowing like what to do.
I don't know. It was a pretty big lab, and there was no joke about 10 fridges all with that freaking magnet on.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So I was packing before we got on this call, and on channel I think it's whatever Nick is. There's just a marathon of Full House going on.
Nice.
It's pretty solid background noise while you're packing. I have gotten distracted a few times, and maybe
only a few. I feel like I would be like, oh, I could watch this while I pack because I know what's going on, so I can just listen and then put the images together. But that would just, I'm just gonna watch this. Fuck packing.
Yeah, I've totally lost about like 30 minutes combined of just pausing and sitting down for a minute and taking it in.
Well, that's what's happened to me with unpacking. See, the thing with packing is you have a deadline. Unpacking, no deadline. Yeah. So it's way easier to get distracted and procrastinating in my unpacking world.
Well, I went to Minnesota a few weeks ago for work. My suitcase is still sitting right there with all my clothes from Minnesota. Excellent. I have not unpacked and washed any of them yet.
I'm so bad with that. And then when it comes time to go to another trip, I open the suitcase to pack. There's all the dirty shit. So only then do I unpack, which is really just keep all, like toiletries. I have like backup pair of glasses, like cufflinks, just like shit that just permanently lives in the suitcase. And then just swap out, new stuff and just go.
See, normally, I don't travel as much anymore, but normally what I would do is the end of the week, when I'm done with all my flights and everything, I would be like, I'll unpack, and then I won't. I'll procrastinate, and I'll be like, I got to pack. I'm like, I'll just wash this shit and repack it.
Nice. Just throw it in the washing machine, throw it in the dryer, throw it back in the suitcase. Done.
Exactly. Done.
Well, that's what I'm doing right now. I have a bunch of clothes that are in the dryer, and that's just getting chucked into a suitcase, and then we're done.
Yeah, that's all you got to do.
Yeah. I worked from my empty apartment this week. I went in to get the... you know how it works with cable guys, where they're like, oh, we're going to come from this hour to this hour, and it's not going to be that time. That's basically, those are the 3 hours that you can be assured that they won't arrive.
Right. I don't think you want to talk about this stuff with Matt here. I mean, couch delivery was this time to this time, not there. Technician.
It's close, but this was a good experience. So I left. What I did was I got up real early and I took my work computer with me, and I went over there and I was going to work from. There's like a residential lounge with Wi-Fi, so I was going to work from there until the cable guy came. And I get to the apartment early, and he calls me up. He's like, "Is there any chance that I can come sooner than the appointment?" I was like, "Yeah, when?" Now. That's like, yes. So I didn't actually have to work from the lounge at all, but that was the first time that something like that ever worked out.
I think the first time in history, not just to one of us, the first time ever.
The thing is, I could actually email the company and get $20 because he came outside of the time zone.
If you do that, you are the biggest dick in the world.
I'm not going to.
The biggest dick in the world if you do that.
I should have tipped him 20 and then done it.
No, you should have tipped them more and still not did it because you just made your life so much easier. You had to
I
work in the
don't.
lounge. It was nice and early done. You were a dick. Or even
I did
thinking
not.
it, you were a dick. Shut up, Matt. He's a dick.
I do not tip the cable guy. Is what I was about to say. And I like to tip everyone. Sometimes I tip airline attendants on the plane, but
Sometimes
I do not
they deserve
tip
it.
I do not tip the cable guy.
I've
No way.
never
What
once
about-
tipped an airline attendant.
And if you read their body language, like they're not used to getting tipped. These cable guys, and I always do the research, and it just seems like they just don't get tipped
You
because their job.
research who to tip. Is that real?
What's that?
You for real research who to tip?
Yeah, people are talking, Brian, and you know what? I'd like to put my ear to the ground. I listen. I see what others are doing. I want to see what the expectation is of me.
It is always awkward though, and it's like, do I tip these people? Like, I don't know. Like, you know that Stop and Shop crap they have now, that Peapod where you order stuff and go pick it up. It's like they don't let you help put the bags. Like, do I tip him? I think so. I don't know. I'm just gonna do it.
There was a Seinfeld episode where Jerry was checking in curbside at the airport, and he's like, "Let me ask you something. People tip you?" And he's like, "Yeah. You know, if you think of I did a good job helping you your bags." And he goes, "How much people actually give you?" And he goes, $10 a bag. And he goes, $10 a bag? You jerking me around? And he didn't believe him. But it's funny. Like I've always considered like asking people, just like, look, how much do people tip you? Like, just help me out. Then there is that fear that they're just gonna like say something absurd, and then you're not gonna want to tip them at all.
Yep.
I feel like I'd want to tip them more if they say something absurd. If they're like, oh, a couple bucks. I'm like, oh, here's a couple bucks. But they're like, yeah, $50. I'd be like, nice.
Would you give him $50?
No, because you could tell when they're full of shit.
Yeah, all the person would have to do is be like, they normally tip me $50. Brian says no, and he goes, you won't. And then Brian will give him $50.
And then some more.
And probably more, yes.
Yeah.
I tipped the
tip.
cable guy because, like, he really did make my life easier. It wasn't, but I don't think I normally would have done that.
This is very loosely related to what we're talking about, but
So much so that it needs that preface.
It's definitely not related at all.
it is a little. One time it has to do with people saying absurd things and asking for money. Like there's this. I was walking around the city with my friend. I think this is maybe in college, whatever. Walking around like Midtown somewhere, Midtown Manhattan, and this homeless guy just looks at us. My friend's real tall, right? He's like 6'5", 6'6", and the homeless guy just goes, "Man, you're tall. How tall are you?" And then my friend's like it caught him off guard, and he's like begins to answer. And he goes, "Before you answer, can you give me $10?" I just started. We didn't give him anything, but I just thought it was the funniest thing in the world. Like, who says that? Like he waited for something clever, which isn't clever. Man, how tall are you? And the homeless guy was like 6'3". Didn't make any sense.
I love how though I get pinned as the racist one. Matthew, was he black?
Yeah.
Yeah, by the way you spoke, but I get pinned by the racist one, but that's
You
your
brought it
black
up.
one. You know, yeah, you're right. I brought it up. I'm racist. But I can tell that.
How is that racist?
It was an impersonation.
I have no defense here.
You
I
felt the need to bring it
I
up,
get
though.
pinned as the racist one, and here he's doing the racist impression.
Brian,
I'm just trying to.
Brian,
yeah.
you painted yourself black.
How is this? If anything, I've shown equality in just saying this was a guy that did this, and you're like, was he a black guy?
Well, I don't think it's
He's
equality
a black guy.
because you had to do that stupid accent as you described it. You
What
could
if he
just
said
spoke
no?
normal.
Would that have blown your mind?
Yeah.
Brian, that's how he talked.
Yep. Sure.
I find it important to animate characters and stories because I was like, and then the homeless guy was like, "Wow, gosh, you're tall." Before
Gosh,
you answer,
golly, you're
Golly
tall.
gee willikers.
may I
I'd be
have
like, "Hey,
$10?"
Matt, he was a white guy, wasn't he?" And you'd be like, "No, he was not." And then I'd be shocked.
Dave,
I'm gonna race
I'm gonna
him.
race him.
I didn't know I couldn't do that.
That was good, wasn't it?
Calm down. You're on 3rd Street.
His white guy impersonation is hysterical.
It's fantastic.
The best is on Chappelle's show, and he plays the white guy. He's still black. He's not even that white. He has like I don't know, like a powder on his face, but not even a lot. It's ridiculous. He is
He's
still
one of-
clearly black.
He's one of few black men that have gone on television in whiteface versus the reverse of blackface.
Yeah, I've done that.
Oh my god.
I want to do that again.
I miss Chappelle. He was like at one point, not only was he on top of the stand up, but like he was one of the most famous people in the world. Like when he was really popular for like that 2 year span, and then he just like he couldn't handle it. I read in the paper every once in a while that he tried to do stand up and like make a comeback, and then too many people would just scream at him like Rick James, I'm Rick James, like from the crowd, and he'll literally just like walk off the stage because like he just like doesn't want to deal with it, which is crazy.
Would you? I mean, let me phrase that. If you saw Dave Chappelle, what would you do? I'm pretty sure like I would be yelling like Rick James or something at him.
But that's heckling. Like they hate you can't do that shit. You throw them off their rhythm and stuff. And like he's trying to come back, so it's not like he's doing it like it's not like someone's yelling at MSG. Like someone's probably yelling and there's like 100 people in the room. Like he can hear you and probably see you.
All right. If you're walking through the streets of New York, which by the way, I want to get to the streets of New York. You know, I'm just gonna get there now before I forget. No, I want to get there now before I forget. So I was working in Manhattan, okay? Now, I don't go to Manhattan too often, and people always say from New York. Like, Staten Island is not New York. It's ridiculous. It's a whole other world. So I'm at Manhattan often. And I think Manhattan is probably the only place in the world, not even the United States, the only place in the world where it is acceptable for like a grown 45-year-old man to be just cruising down the street on a Razor scooter. And no one bats an eye at it.
Except you.
Well, yeah, except me. I was like, wow.
Brian's standing there on the corner, losing his mind, screaming because this guy is on a Razor scooter. And
Yeah,
that's how those people got
batting
started.
his eyes furiously. What?
He had blue wheels, too. It's like, wow, I had blue wheels when I had my Razor scooter like 15 years ago.
You know what I'm really big
So
fan
did
of?
I.
Like blue wheels. I was a clear wheel guy, but those
You
quickly-
had a mongoose. You weren't as cool, all right?
I had a Razor. Don't pull that shit.
You had a mongoose.
Oh, actually, I should clarify.
I don't even know what a
didn't have a
mongoose
Razor.
is.
I think it was called a Viper or something like that.
You
It
always
was like
had to be different.
600 pounds.
You always had to be different.
You know what I'm a big fan of now? Like this wasn't an option like growing up, but like if you break your leg now, you can have a scooter instead of crutches. Have you seen these things? Like you just have your leg bent on like
Yeah.
a half scooter, but like just that's even more ridiculous. You're supposed to take someone seriously with a broken leg, like swooping around on a scooter. That's crazy to me.
I love how that wasn't an option back then. Like,
It wasn't. There was no scooter, Brian. You of all of us should know of the advances in the medical field that have come in the form of scooters over the last 10 years.
I do know, but think about it. I mean, now they have fucking sneakers with wheels in them because kids are too fat already. They have to wheel themselves places. They can't even
Now,
walk.
as if that was a new thing.
What do you mean now?
I don't.
I'm
No,
pretty
okay.
sure those actually have been phased out for years.
Yeah, that's like their. You see, I think Nike or Adidas, they're trying to bring back the pumps in the basketball
Yes.
shoes. But like,
Oh.
I heard some kid on the subway was talking about, oh, this cool new thing. I'm like, dude, they've been trying to do that shit since the 80s, like before our time even. And they realize every 10 years, oh, this is dumb.
Oh my god, what were those shoes that had like the ratchet? Where you would pull you would pull like the plastic piece through it and make a loud noise, and they had those ridiculous commercials on that would make the kids want to buy them. It was when we were young.
I assume when we were young because it's
Come on.
hey, do you remember?
You guys don't remember this at all?
Were they sneakers?
I'm looking it up.
Are you talking about moon shoes?
Oh, those are amazing too.
I never had. I always wanted. Oh, God.
I was Brian knows, I used to have moon shoes. I was very confused when they came out because I thought it was like they were supposed to make you jump high like you're going to the moon. But in retrospect, it's supposed to simulate like you're walking on the face of the moon, which makes way more sense. This is not a way to go to the moon. It simulates being on the moon.
BK Ratchtech. That's what they were called. Hang on.
Does not ring a bell. Maybe we send this a link.
I'm sending you a link.
Yeah, because that doesn't ring a bell. But
Me neither.
I never had those.
I think
pump
as
shoes.
soon
I
as
always
you see the
wanted them
picture,
to.
it'll take you back in time. If I can get it to load.
I mean, we're waiting here.
I got you.
No. How the hell do you get to chat again on Skype?
Oh, I sent you a link? That's not what I wanted to do.
Did you text it?
Yeah, done.
Ugh.
There's the picture.
Never seen this before in my life.
All right, let's see here. See, I'm not as cool as you guys. I don't get to load things on my. I have never seen these.
Come on, really?
I have never seen these,
right.
and I also was a Nickelodeon kid, and I see the little Nick icon in the
All
bottom
right,
right.
let's tweet
So
this
I
out
don't
and
know.
see if anybody else
You had
remembers
to
this.
have liked Nickelodeon to some extent. Figure it out, Brian. Legends of the Hidden Temple. These are Nickelodeon shows.
I know, but do you listen when I speak? I said I was a Nickelodeon kid, so I'm even more surprised that I never saw these. Man, there's a Nick emblem in the bottom right.
That was my bad.
Nickelodeon.
That was my bad back there. That was my bad. Man, that was bad. That was bad. I got so excited that it was a chance to disagree that I realized we're big idiots.
We could disagree on anything.
I know.
We both have the gift to argue about nonsense.
I know something that we will agree on, though, is that growing up, Legends of the Hidden Temple, the temple guards, most terrifying people
Absolutely
of our childhood.
horrifying.
I always, I would watch that show, and you would see like these guys jump out of nowhere and grab the kids. The kids would be like, "Oh, hey!" I would be shitting a brick, screaming.
I feel
Not
like I
to
might
mention
punch
that-
them in the face, like, out of reflex.
No, they were, people never reacted as scared as they should be. And also, to this day, I'm like, how the hell do they know where they're supposed to go in this maze? It's not even clear as a viewer. I could see what the next room is. And I'm like, if I was this kid, I would just be lost. I would just lay down the fetal position and be like, temple guards, take me.
It always drove me crazy when they couldn't get that goddamn monkey together.
What the hell was the?
Oh my God.
It's three
What do you
pieces.
think? What do you think?
One of
Head,
them
then
is the
feet,
base
then
and the
middle?
other one is a head. Come on!
What was the monkey called? I can't remember. Don't say monkey. Did it have a name?
Wait, you mean the team?
Well, no, the monkey. It was the green monkeys.
Yeah, the room with the golden monkey?
Oh, it was just the golden monkey.
I think it was just called a go. What's the
gold
temple
or
head's name? Do you guys remember his name?
Was that Olmec?
Olmec.
Olmec.
Yeah.
Right. Who is cooler, Olmec or the big floating head in the Power Rangers?
What was that one's name?
I feel like it's Zed, but it's definitely not Zed. That's definitely Rip Torn
No,
from
that was the bad guy. The Lord Zed was the bad guy. Wasn't he something with an A also? Floating head.
Yeah, you got that. Yeah, there were 6 teams in Legend.
Zordon.
All right.
Zordon! Yes!
Not to be confused with Zoltan.
Zoltan!
I knew you would do that.
Zordon.
Oh my god. And what was it? Alpha? Not the little robot?
The robot guy.
Remember the putties from?
Yes.
All you had to do was punch them in the chest; they exploded. I had the toy that when you would push that emblem in the center, their arms and legs would shoot off.
Yeah, that was a crash dummy.
Oh.
No, they had it too.
I'm like, wait a second. No.
Do you remember Crash Dummies? Those things were awesome.
I remember the commercials. I don't remember the toys. There were toys.
Yeah, different toys. Well, did I have a different childhood from you? Come on.
Yeah, you had freaking Ratchet sneakers and
They were
and
amazing.
Who knows what you were doing over there with your ratchet sneakers?
Ratchet has a whole new definition now for these kids. Ratchet just means they're gross.
These
Like, oh, she Ratchet.
Oh man.
Now I'm sending you a picture of Crash Dummies.
Yeah, so if you were on Legends of the Temple, what team do you want to be on?
Purple Parrots.
Purple parrots. I like it. I like myself an orange iguana.
I was gonna say Orange Iguana.
I fancy myself an orange iguana.
Yeah.
All right.
Green monkeys are solid. How many were there? I feel they were the blue barracuda.
Blue
Yeah,
Barracuda.
blue barracudas, orange iguanas, red jaguars.
Yeah, silver snakes.
Yeah,
Purple
Oh, there's probably
parrots.
6 teams then. Yeah.
yeah, it was 6. Did we name all 6?
I think
I
we
feel like
did.
we forgot one.
I think
No, we got all 6.
All right.
Let's go to Mo.
I got it. Brian clocked in at 4.2 seconds.
I really hope whoever actually listens to this remembers this show.
True or false? Mike O'Malley and Mo, they were doing it.
True.
I gotta see what Mo is up to. How do you just
At the tip top of the aggro crag.
dude, the super hydro aggro crag. That thing would change like season over season. They just made it like a different color.
He gave Mo a piece of the aggro crag.
Would you?
Also, true story. A couple jobs ago, when I was traveling to a different doctor's office, I went to one, and it was like a terrible, terrible chiropractor, and they had like signed pictures of like people that were like there. I guess
I thought you were going to say people that were on guts. Thought that's where this was going.
No. So like, there was a couple of like athletes, like baseball players, and it was a couple football players, and then I think I might have sent you guys this picture when I saw it. There's a signed picture of Summer Sanders, and it's not her when she was in the Olympic swimming. It was her and Figure It Out. Like that was what she decided to sign. Not like, yes, I was an Olympic swimmer and an athlete. No, I was the host of Figure It Out.
Awesome.
Yes.
Do you have it? That taught us from a young age. It's like, ugh, if they're not from America, don't care. Oh my god, that was great.
They had to bring back some of those shows, like Double Dare. Like, oh man, the Double Dare game for like NES was one of the most fun games ever, and also impossible when you got to the obstacle course at the end. It was absolutely impossible.
What was that? One of those game shows where at the end, like the very end of it, they were like inside of like a video game. Like it was a. You remember this? Where they were like either you could see it. It was like they must be on like a green screen. They had to look at a screen and watch themselves as they did it.
Yep.
But I can't remember what the name of that.
I know
that
you're
show
talking
was.
about. I think they had to answer trivia about video games.
Yeah.
In between these things. I can't remember. I'm too busy looking up Mo, whose real name is Maura Quirk, British actress.
I just saw the picture of the Crash Test Dummies.
Nick Arcade.
I don't remember Crash Test Dummy toys.
Are you kidding me?
Why is one of a hole in its head? Or two? They all have holes in their head. What is that?
That I don't know what that is. I didn't have those. I had the red one in the front, and I had the one in the back left.
The one on the left and the one on the right both have holes in their head, like they just were shot in the face.
The one on the back left is all white, and I think the name tag says black.
No, I think it's a Slick.
Slick? I can't really see it. It's very small.
Slick, Dent, Spin, Chip, and then no name tag on that other one.
I should know that because I had that green and black one too. Because
With no name tag on that one.
Name tag.
Yeah, no name.
That was great though, because the bottom button, when you hit the bottom button on these Crash Dummies, the legs would pop off. But when you hit the top button, the head and two arms would pop off. It was fantastic.
Now, I just want to go find my old action figures and find that putty that would explode. I feel like I had to
go ransack the attic at my parents' house.
When you guys keep saying Crash Test Dummies, I keep thinking of that band Crash Test Dummies that had that song. Do you know what I'm talking about? The words of the song were literally.
Those aren't words.
Exactly. In fact, the name of the song is just called like MMM space MMM space MMM. Yeah, I'm not making this up. This is like a big 90s song.
Oh my god.
I mean, we were in the 90s. I don't remember this.
Yeah. Oh man.
This entire episode is me looking up things that you guys are talking about.
What was your favorite like action figure, I guess?
I had
was it the Power Rangers? I mean, those are pretty big. Remember, there was these creepy ones where you would like pull on their buckle and their heads would flip from helmet.
Yes.
To, like, head.
Those. Yep, I had those.
I had those.
The one that bothered me is the Green Ranger one because it had that clipped together gold piece that would go over it, and then when you hit the button, the gold piece would fly off of it.
Oh yeah, and it was in two pieces.
Yeah,
from the front and the back. Oh my god.
I had the thing you could put together to make the giant robot name. Was it Megazoid or something? No. What the hell's a Megazoid? Why is it on my head?
Megazord.
Is that correct? That's correct?
Definitely not Megazord. Definitely not Megatron.
Megazord.
Wait, what's not Megatron? What's a Megazord? Hold on.
Megazord.
Megazord.
Zord. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know why I was just saying Zoid. Whatever.
Megazord.
It's close enough.
Megazord.
I had the most. I had every Captain Planet action figure, along with the rings, like that would have a picture of like heart, fire, all that things. I had
True,
that.
true or false? The Indian kid that's Hart from Captain Planet is like the cartoon version of Aziz.
I knew you were gonna go there,
There he is!
and I'm automatically just gonna change the subject. So I had a lot of Captain Planet, and also a lot of Ninja Turtles toys,
Yeah.
including the van that would shoot out pizzas.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And it wasn't real pizza before Matt makes some kind of terrible joke. It was plastic little disc that had like stickers of pizza.
I had
I remember
three groups
that.
of toys that I played with the most. Number one was always the Batman figures.
I hate Batman to this day and
I
never
know you
liked
do.
it.
But I had tons of Batman figures, including like 3 or 4 Batmobiles that were just insane. Watching Brian struggle to reach his ice.
Brian, that was the saddest thing I've seen today.
Well, no, I couldn't go any further because of the headphones.
Oh no, I know. That's why it was sad.
Just describe what you just saw, because I don't even know what it looked like.
Brian was just restricted by his wired headphones and almost collapsed, reaching for a giant iced tea.
So I googled Megazord, and if you look at the websites that pop up, there's Megazord.net, Megazord.asia.
Oh,
Let's click on that one. Oh my lord. Anybody listening, if you have a chance, go to Megazord.asia.
going right now.
Probably my new favorite top level domain .asia.
Yo, there's a dove just flying.
Scroll all the way to the bottom to the hair-raising experience.
Are we ignoring the
Anonymous-
tagline of JPEG till we die?
Anonymous asked, "I want to make this work. It's too late."
I'm logging on to AIM right now, and I'm IMing Megazord loves you as one word.
Yo, is this bitch standing next to like a washing machine
Yes.
with like some kind of diploma?
Congratulations to Jennifer for installing this herself.
You installed a washing machine? What did you plug it in? Like, Jesus.
You're not allowed to sleep until the sock is found. What is happening on this website? Is that an alarm clock, the next thing?
Wait. Do you see what
I'm
is
not
next?
into Candy or Seinfeld. What is this?
Then who ate that Snickers? Chisel me this, chisel. What is this? Oh my god, this is incredible. I don't think mints are candy. Mints with chocolate are. Like, what is this website? What?
I have no idea. And how is this like a top Google hit?
How is .asia a real domain? That's not even in any type of like Asian wording. I didn't want to sound racist. It's all in English, but it's .asia.
Oh, good. I can get this as an RSS feed.
Good.
Oh, wait, there's an Oh, my lord, hit the archive button at the bottom. Things just got real.
Oh boy.
There's a lot more.
Oh boy.
That's just... That's too much. There's a picture of Lance Bass in an astronaut suit.
Well, he did try to be an astronaut at one point. And then he just said, "I'm gay." They have the don't ask, don't tell thing, don't they?
I don't know. This is scary. What the hell is that? What the hell is this? I'm sending you...
No, there's videos on this, too.
Go to that link.
Stop texting!
Oh, put it in here. Sorry to everyone that can't see this. I'm on a roll, though. This is...
What is that?
I don't know. It's horrifying, though.
It looks like a crash test dummy, kind of.
Wait, is that a person or like a doll?
It all comes full circle. It's hard to say.
Hard
Anybody
to
that's
say.
interested, all they have to do is go to this website, click the archive link, and scroll through as they listen, and they'll understand exactly what's going on.
Did she go to high school with Lance Bass?
Who?
Megazord.
Megazord.
Who? Megazord. Let me tell you something. If we can somehow hunt down, we should try through all these social media outlets Megazord has here. Ideally, Megazord on the podcast next week.
All
On November 2014, there was about 40 pictures taken of little trees.
Did you say November 14th or November 2014?
2014. I think I might have said. I think I might have said 2014.
You did. And I wouldn't be me if I didn't point that out and be a dick. So
This is terrifying. This gets worse.
Can we move on to another topip and get off this site before I have nightmares?
Go ahead.
Yeah.
I'll just jump right in.
I'm going to stay here for a little while.
Yeah. Oh boy. What?
Matt just sent us a gif of Jerry Seinfeld that says, "Well, that's enough internet for today."
Oh my god. Sometimes when you dig, there's just no good. There's no good.
I just have a strange feeling that if I keep scrolling, eventually I'm going to see a murder.
I hear sirens. Did you find a murder?
It's very possible. Megazord.com.
But in all seriousness, it's good to see
Megazord's
Megazord's gotten some work since the show, because I haven't seen a lot of the other actors.
There's also Megazord.net. Sorry, guys. Oh, that one actually makes sense. That one is about Power Rangers. Wow. Matt, that is your job, is to get Megazord onto the show with us.
I already,
You reached out?
I'm on it, yeah.
Excellent.
It'll
Oh,
happen.
Lord.
Do you actually still have an AIM login to try to
Yeah, I use AIM every day.
You really?
You sounded so normal about that. I use AIM every day. That's I use my email every day. I use AIM every day. Really?
Yeah. I use my scooter every day.
Well, you do live in Manhattan, so that's acceptable.
Was it Matt?
Yeah, this dude was just fucking cruising.
I'm
He
jealous.
was going down a hill. Yeah, it was dark out, and it's raining, and he had sunglasses on. It's like, you are doing this correct.
It comes with the scooter. I fear it comes with the scooter.
Oh, my God.
And he was going down the hill, and he was just kind of rocking side to side, he was just the shit. He thought he was cool. And it's that is a Razor scooter. You are 40. Not cool anymore. But he begged to differ.
Yeah. Imagine if he breaks his leg, does he get a different scooter, or does he try? I don't know. That's good. That's good stuff.
Sorry, I opened up that little list of things that we were, little topics that we planned on. And I was just reading through it real quick and never took out the one that said, so we had everything started with shit. So shit that happened in the world, shit that happened to Brian, shit that's shitty, which made me laugh, which made me giggle. But then the one that made me laugh internally was shits we've taken. It's still on the list.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, right before we were going to come on, we had to wait for you.
What are you going to do?
You want to get into that topic?
I went to the bathroom and you asked me if I was ready.
I had to go. I had to go to an endocrinologist at the beginning of last year, and it's not enough to say I went to the bathroom. They have all these weirdly non-medical terms. So she's was it pellets? Was it sausage shaped? Was it? We're going through colors and stuff, and I'm just it's just not even. Actually, this is my exact phrasing was, I'm just so not prepared to have this conversation.
So
I didn't flush. Do you want to come look at it?
Yeah, I don't know what they expect.
Anyway, so I'm on IMDb. I was trying to get trademarks and stuff to try to get back into that because that was a fun game.
Yeah, I like that.
So I just went on there and the movie Get Hard came out with Kevin Hart and Will Ferrell. Mm-hmm. So I clicked on Kevin Hart and I'm like, I wonder what he's got. He has one trademark. It's just short stature. That's it. But then there's trivia, and in trivia, which again, these are not trivia questions. They are just facts. I don't. Whatever. So
but Brian, all trivia is a question that's a validation of a fact. It's
Right,
question.
but-
They're questions to be. They're facts to be used in trivia. Like if you wanted to make your own trivia game,
Trivia,
like right now.
actual meaning, details, considerations, or pieces of information of little importance or value.
Boom.
Well, what I'm trying to get at anyway. So in his, trivia or fact section, as I'm just going to call it, it says he's close friends with Anthony Anderson. Then the next line it says is good friends with Jason Segel.
Man, fuck you, Anthony Anderson. Wow. That's so disrespectful.
No, isn't that disrespectful? Jason Segel, close friends with Anthony Anderson, just good friends with Jason Segel.
Do you have any? Do you have any? Like, what were we doing? Sorry, my head exploded for a second there. Do you have any questions for us that we could guess the movie? Anything ready?
Something.
I mean, I can get something. I'm sure.
Let's get that going. Let's get that game going.
Yeah, all right.
Such a good game when we end up on IMDb.
All right, ready? He's a cop. That's. I'm just kidding.
That's not. Excellent.
Is this going to be one of the 81 Nicolas Cage appearances or not?
I bet that number's gone up since last week.
Could be. Could be.
So apparently Kevin James has no trademarks. But he has 21 trivia things or facts.
Just let it go, man. That's what trivia means.
It's
a trivial fact. That's all it is.
So, all right, I'll give you a question. One of his facts. So we're talking about Kevin James here. He was on a high school wrestling team with a future WWE star. Name that star.
Really?
I mean, we can just start blindly naming wrestlers, or you can give us a little something.
He wrote a book like 10
Mankind.
years ago. Yep.
Have a Nice Day by Mick Foley.
Oh God! Remember that was cool to write like biographies about yourself. The Rock did one too, like at the same time Mick Foley did.
I think it's still cool. They're just not cool.
With all the kids
Why they did it 10 years ago when they were.
all the kids that I went to grade school with that were reading those are in jail now.
I read those.
There's still time.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd probably be in jail soon. Why not? Do we have a shithead of the week? Do we have one of those? Those are always fun.
Ooh.
Yeah, that was fun the last time we did it. Always.
I mean,
Can I nominate Scooter Guy as shithead of the week?
I think you're just jealous. I think that makes you shithead of the week.
Yeah.
I accept my nomination.
Last week it was moving guy. It was Matt's couch delivery guy.
Yes,
that was clearly
yes.
the shithead of the week.
We didn't even have to talk about it because it was just assumed that guy
Yeah.
was the shithead of the week.
I don't know if I have anybody.
We'll nominate me for shithead of the week.
All right.
Why not?
I'm down. I could vote for that.
Yeah.
I mean, if we want this to take a serious turn, I'm sure I have a shithead of the week that's a very prevalent story in the news right now.
Nah.
Go on.
It's like, nah, it's me. I'm a shithead.
Well, no. Let's play a game. Who's the bigger shithead? The guy that Matt's talking about, or Brian?
All right, I'm game. What do we got?
Brian, your picture is back to you in a beard.
I don't have a beard anymore.
That's the problem, Brian. The internet.
All right. So who are you?
Get to the shithead, damn
Who are you
it!
nominating?
I think it's turning out to be the shithead of the week is this co-pilot of the German flight that crashed into the Alps on purpose. He killed 140 people.
Jesus
I don't know if you guys are following this story.
I'm not.
This plane crash. Apparently, the pilot was locked out, and the co-pilot just like sudden drop of altitude crashed this plane going from Germany to Switzerland into the Swiss Alps, which is yeah. But there's all these recordings now of like people like scream. It's like the most terrifying news story to me.
I'm going to go ahead and nominate Matt as shithead of the week now because no one comes here for news. Why are you giving like serious news? Shithead of the week. Just nod your head. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Nod your head. The black suit's coming. That's right. The Men in Black song. Yeah. Got it.
Now, Brian, why do you have to keep saying that they're the Men in Black? This is all coming back to this race thing?
Because they wear black suits, and the name of the movie is Men in Black. Not men that are black, although one of them is.
That would be a great twist if Men in Black became a gay porno. Men in Black Men. Oh man, that's good.
Definitely
Can we
been done.
crowdfund that?
We can. What do you want to crowdfund the movie? Who would star in it?
Yo, I'll go black again.
Oh my god.
You're gonna star. Are you gonna be the man or the black man that the man is inside?
I mean, do I have to answer this now?
No, no, you don't.
Fifth! There were so many amendments. Fifth!
I watched. Have you guys ever heard Jim Jeffries stand up about the Second Amendment? And owning
yes.
guns?
I no longer respect or like Jim Jeffries. Thank you, Anthony.
Whoa.
All right.
We fucking saw the guy.
Hang
and
on.
He's an asshole.
Whoa. Explain.
In his defense, that place was a shit show. Whoa.
Right. Yeah. But in the place's defense, he did not have to do what he did.
Are we going to keep talking
I was entertained.
hypotheticals, or
All
are you
right.
guys going to tell me what happened?
Go ahead, Brian. Explain it.
So we went to see him, stand up. It was, I don't remember where it was. It was fucking, I don't know, New
Crappy
Jersey
theater
somewhere.
in Englewood.
It wasn't a very nice, good theater. And at some point, the fire alarm started going off. And we didn't know what was going on. No one left. And he made a funny joke about it. It's like, oh, it's funny. Everyone's waiting for me to tell you what to do. Haha. It's still funny at this point. Then we realized the fire alarm is actually going off. So, again, still funny. He pulls out a cigarette, lights it up, and sits down and says, what I'm trying to say is it's not going to go off twice. Still funny.
Right.
Then someone calls him over to the side, and you can hear him, like, you can't really make out what he's saying, but you hear him yelling, because he still has the microphone in his hand, and he's yelling at somebody, and then he comes back on stage and starts cursing out the place, saying, apparently the place is saying that my cigarette caused the fire alarm to go off, which one is preposterous. Like, that is not possible. I get that.
It's even more preposterous because the fire alarm was going off when he lit the cigarette.
Right. But, all right, so you're not supposed to smoke in the theater.
Sure.
They tell you put it out. You're bad. Put it out. Stop being a dick.
Mm-hmm.
He then proceeds to flip out on the place, saying that he doesn't work for them. He put everyone in here like that, he doesn't need you. You need him, all stuff like that. But he's like very vulgar about it. And the sound guy cuts him off. So his microphone goes dead.
That was all because they were still being insistent that it was his fault that the fire alarm went off, though.
Sure, but he doesn't need to curse out the place and everybody.
I thought, honestly, two sides to this, because I thought that whole scenario was hysterical. Because you didn't like it, but that was never, like, no one else is getting that show.
Right, but I thought the beginning was funny, and then the way he reacted and just cursed out the place was very immature and obnoxious. And then, all right, so he gets over it. The fire alarm stops, and he proceeds to go back with his act. Like 10 minutes go by, and he starts flipping out about it again, saying, again, he doesn't work for them. Like, you brought him in here, like, to put, like, shut the fuck up. You're not even that funny half the time. You're just really vulgar. And people laugh because we're immature. You're not a great comic. And it really irritated me. And then he went back into his routine, and like 10 minutes later, he's like, oh, it's crying like the sound guy back there. Like, he's bringing up the shit again. Like,
which was hysterical.
No, it wasn't.
It really
was
was.
Childish and immature, and I do not like him at all anymore. I don't find anything funny that
Honestly,
he says.
I would have preferred to actually sat through like a really good special, but they were cheap tickets. It was him trying out material, and everything just went wrong. And the whole scenario, like I said, no one else is getting that show because no one could have planned that, and I thought it was funny.
The beginning I thought was funny until he just got too vulgar and obnoxious about the place. Unnecessary. Really unnecessary. So shithead of the week, Jim Jeffries.
No, disagree. Still Brian.
No, Matt, for trying to bring
Nope.
current events onto a shit show podcast.
Still Brian. Matt, who do you vote for?
Man, I don't like when Brian disses comics that I like, so Bob Saget.
Bob Saget is like the best comedian.
He also, in any given week, can be the shithead of the week. So I think I haven't heard about him this week, but I think it's safe to say he probably did something.
Good night, Michelle.
You ever see the roast of Bob Saget?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
When I like Gilbert Gottfried keeps in his little like couple minute portion.
Are you gonna do a Gilbert Godfrey impression here?
I'm not. He
But if he was black, you would have done a black person impression as you were doing the voice here. I'm just saying. Proceed.
To be fair, if you gave me like a pin the tail on the world map, I don't even know if I'd get the right hemisphere right of where the hell Gilbert Gottfried's from. But anyway, he starts going on and on about in 1996, Bob Saget raped and murdered a girl. He keeps bringing it back to the point, and he's like, and they're like, that's not funny. Because in 1996, Bob Saget raped and killed a girl, and that was like the recurring like theme of all of his jokes.
Oh my God. He's actually from Brooklyn.
I was gonna say two things. One, he's from Brooklyn. Two, you promised that you weren't gonna do an impression, and then you tried.
I didn't do an impression just because
He also didn't promise.
If you,
I just like to point out the way that Brian observed the entire situation and then go back to this Jim Jeffries thing and how it was not that bad. It was actually pretty funny.
it was terrible but just at least say what I described is what happened. He got very animate and nasty towards the management of the place.
Yeah,
at least
for a short period of time,
and then brought it back up.
But it was funny.
Twice.
It was like it was the way the comic brings back a funny part of the show and ends it.
But that wasn't a funny part of the show.
It ended up being for most people in the room, except for you, who was half asleep.
I was tired.
Now,
And there we have it. Brian was also sleeping.
Yeah.
I think I have an interesting little game to bring to the table here.
Okay.
So I know we'll try to look at quotes or who's older than who. I have a game using another stat on IMDb. I'm going to name 5 actors. I want you to tell me who's the shortest out of all 5 actors.
Interesting.
According to their height listed on IMDb. I will say that from the tallest person that I'm going to list here to the shortest person is only separated by 3.5 inches. So real close in height.
Real impossible. And also, when did we ever play Who's Older?
It's just an ongoing thing, right?
Games we could have played.
Who's older than who, right?
Go for
So here are 5 that I picked. So you got Tom Cruise,
Oh, wait, no, he's short.
Martin Lawrence.
I feel like he's pretty short.
Like I said, all 5 from the tallest to the shortest only separated
that's right.
by 3.5 inches, so they're all short. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. No, I'm just so Tom.
Did you say
Tom
inches or
Cruise?
feet?
Tom Cruise, Martin Lawrence, Kevin Hart, Elijah Wood, and Michael J. Fox. I wanted to get a spectrum of old and young, white and black to satisfy Brian, and just random. So who do you think the shortest is? Maybe if you guys want to pick a couple that you think tall to eliminate might help. Tom Cruise, Martin Lawrence, Kevin Hart, Elijah Wood, Michael J. Fox.
I feel
I'm
like
gonna-
Martin Lawrence is the tallest.
I feel like Elijah Wood is the tallest.
I'm going to go with Tom Cruise.
You know why I'm saying Elijah Wood is the tallest? Because he's the easy pick for one of the smallest because he was in the fucking Lord of the Rings.
That's a good point.
Going with he's the tallest.
So you think Elijah Wood is the tallest, and who do you think is the tallest? Even
think
though
Martin Lawrence.
the question started off who's the shortest.
I think Martin Lawrence is the tallest.
Well, no, all right. I don't.
Now, how do you want me to if one of you are correct in guessing?
I already know I'm correct because it's not Martin Lawrence. And here's what I'm going to say: Kevin Hart's the shortest because I think he's like 5'3" which would put Elijah Wood at like 5'6" and that seems about right.
I'm going Tom Cruise because it seems least likely.
No,
As the
all
shortest.
Right. Well, I'm going. My shortest is Kevin Hart. My tallest is Elijah Wood. You're going tallest Martin Lawrence, shortest Tom Cruise.
Yes.
Do we have any that are correct, Matthew?
I can say that together you have a perfect answer because the shortest is Kevin Hart, but not by as much as you would think. Kevin Hart is 5'4". Michael J. Fox 5'4.5". Tallest Martin Lawrence.
Damn it.
5'7.5".
Excellent.
Tom Cruise second tallest at 5'7", so only a half inch separates them. Then Elijah Wood is 5'6".
Wow, I actually got 5'6" correct for Elijah Wood. I just did not think Tom Cruise was 5'7". I think that's a lie. I don't think he's actually 5'7".
Well, it's what they're listed at on IMDb.
Right, but Allen Iverson was also listed as 6 foot. That was a lie.
It's a valid point. Today in this basketball world, by the way, there was they were interviewing Alonzo Mourning, and they were asking a question like, back in your heyday, like in the NBA, he used to go out with Dikembe Mutombo, right? For those of us that aren't sports fans, the guy that swaps cereal in the Geico commercials. Apparently, they used to like hit the clubs together, and like Dikembe Mutombo, he's like English is like his third language. Like he's from, I think I'm not sure like what country in Africa he's from, but I know that he didn't come to the U.S. until like almost 20 years old. But he still has like real like thick accent of sorts, but apparently his catchphrase, Dikembe Mutombo, when he walked into the club was just, "Who wants to sex Mutombo?" How great is that? And apparently Alonzo Mourning said like it was very effective.
I feel like that would work on me.
It was awesome. And then they interviewed Dikembe Mutombo, and they're like, "Did this happen?" And he starts doing his finger wave. He's like, "This is not a true story, but like it seems to be true. And even if it's not, it's true in my head, and it's awesome."
So I was just doing a little fact checking on what you gave us on heights and stuff because I feel like you like trickery. So I guess you're trying to say fuck you. Yeah, you're whatever.
Good.
And I came across Elijah Wood is from Cedar Rapids, Iowa, and that is my least favorite place in the world. I now hate Elijah Wood.
Good. You gonna explain, or are we just gonna leave it at that?
Well, it was when I was working for my last company. I had to go to Cedar Rapids to fix something that I knew nothing about. Nothing. Like I never even saw it before, and I had to go fix it. And of course, I couldn't, like, because there was a surgical center. And I had to, like, it was real impossible. I couldn't really get to the thing. I couldn't fix it. Actually, I think it was working fine. They were comparing it to a different unit that worked a little different. Long story, whatever. Fuck me. I leave. More problems arise. I have to go back, still knowing nothing about it. Nothing gets resolved. I have to go back a third time. And my boss at the time gave me, like, a circuit board. He's like, "Here, put this in there. Change it with that one." I'm like, "Can we ship it to the customer so I don't have to take this on a plane?" And they're like, "Oh, it'd be fine." Board breaks on the plane, of course, so I don't fix anything, and Cedar Rapids can suck a dick. I hate it. I'm done.
That's about all we have for this week. Please email us with shit that's on your mind. We'll discuss it next week on the show. You can send us those emails at sspodcast1@gmail.com. If you want to keep the conversation going, you can reach us on our Twitter handles on @AEJCostanzo. Brian is @Big_Bruins. Matt is @Matt_in_limbo. Have a shitty week. That was a good question. I don't know why I ended it like a question, but yeah.
Well, if you didn't stop recording, I'm leaving that on there.
I'm Ron Burgundy.
Have a shitty week. I'm listening to right now.
It's a real thing. Crash test dummies.
Oh, there's words. What the fuck? I've never heard this before.
Really?
No.
Anthony, did you stop the recording?
No.
Can you stop it and put it on the thing?
All right. Well, I have to go sleep now.
I have to go pack.
I have to go masturbate and go to bed. I don't know. I have nothing to do. I'm
Still recording.
Also, Brian, I'm going to hang up before you start doing all that when your webcam is on, so
Goodbye. Oh, fuck. Where's the goddamn button?